Okay, folks, it's what you think. Coming to find out what you think. Today's article reading comes from cryptopolitan.com by Chris Murithi. Fair use. Microsoft bans U.S. police departments from using enterprise AI tool.
Microsoft has prohibited police forces in the United States from obtaining generative AI services running on Azure OpenAI Service. This is a fresh approach addressed in the upgraded terms of service on Wednesday, and it aims to answer the growing ethical dilemma facing AI in law enforcement.
The revised terms expressly provide that such integrations cannot be used by or for police agencies in the United States. This restriction incorporates the text and speech analyzing models too, underlining Microsoft's emphasis on responsible AI use. As an additional regulation, a separate clause has been introduced to specifically forbid the use of real-time facial recognition technology on mobile cameras, including body cameras and dashcams, in uncontrolled environments.
The trigger for those movements might be identified in the technology industry as recent advances. Axon, the well-known technology company specializing in military and law enforcement, just announced a product that uses OpenAI's verbalizer model with GPT-4 generative text to help sum up the audio that body cameras register. The generated fake information and its bias and racial prejudice in training data were addressed to show the concerns of some critics at once.
While the upgraded policy is Microsoft's decisive stand, it still allows for an interpretation. The prohibition of Azure OpenAI Service applies to U.S. police only as international deployment continues. Furthermore, the limitations on the use of facial recognition technology apply solely to its use by U.S. law enforcement units, excluding stationary cameras in controlled environments.
Such a balanced methodology complies well with Microsoft's broad AI strategy on law enforcement and defense. In the meantime, despite bans on certain uses, cooperation between OpenAI and government agencies, amongst which the Pentagon is a prime example, has slowly arisen. Such partnerships indicate a change of stance for the OpenAI as for Microsoft, which is searching for AI applications in military technologies.
The adoption of Microsoft's Azure OpenAI Service by government agencies has accelerated as Azure Government includes added compliance and management tools for use case by law enforcement. Candice Ling, Senior Vice President of Microsoft Federal, will be in charge of getting more approvals from the Department of Defense for Azure OpenAI Service, thus showing that the platform can be useful in urgent missions.
The dynamic area of AI ethics and regulation creates a necessity for tech companies to take thought-out actions ahead of time. Through its decision to avert using AI in law enforcement, Microsoft demonstrates a wider industry tendency to increase accountability and transparency in deploying AI. During the AI regulation conversations, the technology providers, the policymakers, and the activist groups will have to work together to resolve the newly formed issues ethically.
The move by Microsoft to stop the departments of police in the U.S. from using Azure OpenAI Service for particular scenarios is evidence of the deliberate and focused approach the company is taking to deal with AI deployment ethical concerns. Indeed, the amendment reveals the sincerity of policymakers and the complexities involved in this balancing act. Considering the evolution of ethical AI discussions, concerned stakeholders should always participate in constructive dialogue to create responsible AI growth and delivery.
Okay, folks, that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this article. Until next time, stay prayed up, stay blessed, and keep pushing forward. Shalom.